In the last episode of TT Superbikes, this is a flashback. I mentioned that I'd gone ahead and bought myself a new bike in real life, and this is the thing that I did actually do. Like I said, it's a Sinus Apache 125. If you look up an image of it, you'll see what I mean by it being fucking sick, because it is. It's really cool. I want black leathers to match my new black bike. There we go. They're even more white than the ones that I had a minute ago, but they'll do. Yeah, it's really cool. If I don't put a picture up on the screen, which, I mean, the chances of me doing that are so slim, it's not even funny. So, just like look up Sinus Apache, as in like Apache helicopter, 125, and it should pop up on the Google image results, and you'll see how fucking cool it is. Yeah. So it cost me on Gumtree. It was listed for 500, and I drove all the way out there. Well, my dad drove us all the way out there after agreeing with me that it looked cool, and we went all the way out there, and we turned up, and we found one of the handlebars was bent. Like, well, one of the handlebars were bent. So we managed to haggle it down. I mean, £500 is already a super, like, a crazy good price for a 125. Like, if you go and look for 125s on eBay and the rest of Gumtree, shit's fucking crazy a lot of the time. So I got a fucking incredible deal on this Sumo. Yeah. I've explained Sumo is short for Supermoto before, so just accept it. Yeah. So we drove all the way out there. I was like, I want it. So I got it. Only problem now is that it's sitting in the back garden, because I don't have a license for it, and I don't have insurance for it. And those are two things that I kind of need to really get on the road. Luckily, you can just do a CBT for 125s. You don't have to do a proper test, which is nice, because I've been riding for a CBT for a year already. I do need... Ah, shit. Fucking wobble. I do need a new CBT, because I only got my CBT for 50cc automatics, and I've been riding a 50cc manual for a year. So basically, I haven't been licensed at all the entire time I've been on my bike. Over a year now. But no one's noticed, so it's alright. I'm going to try and make sure I get the proper license for this next bike, just in case I come off and, there's a legal issue. And then after that, I mean, I have to wait till I'm 19 before I can move up to a bike that's bigger than 125. And then after... Because the way you get motorcycle licenses in England is confusing and stupid, and it needs fixing. So that, I mean, really, you should probably be able to start on a 400, because they can start on 400. Like, in Bakuon, and I don't know how accurate Bakuon is to real life, but considering, like, some of the stuff they say in there, like, the references they make and that kind of thing, it's pretty fucking accurate to real life. This is bike stuff that I know. But allegedly in Japan, you can be like 16, you can be a QT 16-year-old high school girl riding 400. I want that. I mean, the QT high school girl part especially, but also I want a 400cc bike. But the problem with that would be that insurance in England is controlled overtly. Like, it's really fucking obvious it's a Jewish business in how expensive anything is to insure. Like I just mentioned with getting a bike for 480 quid. That's cheap as chips, but that's because, like, the real expense comes in insuring it, which is just fucking ridiculous every time. Maybe it's just because I'm, 17 and riding on what is essentially a provisional license, but still, they could cut me some slack. I mean, they won't, but they could. How am I gonna, it's not like how much damage am I really gonna be able to do? Let's be real. If I only get third-party cover, they only have to, whatever. I don't really know how it works. I'm just gonna whinge about it. Because I just whinge about everything. It's what I do. I need to get that sorted out. But I'm starting on 400 would be fucking sick. Because, like, you get actual interesting bikes starting at 400. Oh, fuck. I want to... Yeah, so when you're 16, you can ride a 50cc. And when you're 17, you can ride a 125. And then when you're 19, you can get an A1 license, which, they stop looking at engine capacity altogether. And they just look at power instead. But I think, the recommended bike for the license you can get at 19 is holy shit, is a 400. So you have to wait until you're 19 to be able to ride a bike with an engine as big as a Japanese high school girl can ride. And that's just embarrassing, really. It shows you just how cucked of a country England is. Anyway, I don't know if it's like the influence of the waifu I've chosen from Bakuon, but for a 400, I kind of want the Suzuki Katana. I mean, I was talking about this with my dad. Obviously, talking to my dad, I did not mention the anime part, but I did mention that I want a Suzuki Katana 400 for my A1 license. I'll get my. I'll have to get myself one. I mean, it involves getting a job and all that kind of thing. But I'll get there. I'll get there at some point. Problem is, in England, a Suzuki Katana, pretty much hen's teeth, apparently. Although, my dad had a Gixxer 400 at one point, which is, essentially the same as a Katana, it just has a different body. And he said that was good. So, if I can get one, then, I'll get one. But if I can't, then I won't. Other 400s, I haven't really looked. But I'll figure something out. I always do. I always figure something out. Everything always just falls into my lap. Everything is fine every time. If I end up going to university, I'll scam my student loan so that I can buy a katana. Like, not the kind of katana that a weeb buys. I'm talking about the Suzuki, obviously. Obviously. And if not, then I'll get one a legitimate way, probably. But if one's not available, I'll go for something else. And then at A2, like your A1 license is your 400, your A2, I'm not sure. But then after that, pretty sure you can get into riding whatever you want. And I want A. Well, there's 3 bikes that I want right now. First of all, obviously the Katana 400. And then kind of after that, I want a 1997 Kawasaki Ninja ZX-7R. The one that looks like the World Superbikes bike. I want one of them. That's 750, because 750 is a cool engine size. I want it with the green on the front and the purple on the back, with the purple wheels. That'd be fucking sick. And then, the ultimate goal in terms of bikes right now is a Norton F1. But I'm a long way off of any of those bikes that I've just talked about. But I'll get there someday. You know, I'll probably end up like cycling through bikes yearly. Well, not obviously not yearly because I couldn't afford to do that, but I'll cycle through bikes pretty quickly. You know, a few years on each one probably, and then sell it for another one. Once I can get a job, I'll be able to actually afford good bikes. And maybe if I don't drop anything, then I can actually get decent insurance costs as well. Ah, wouldn't that be the dream? Anyway, sumos have nice, comfortable riding positions, so you know I could happily sit on my my new Supermoto until I'm 19 and have an A1 license. Whereas the bike I have now, the 50, the calf racer, you know, I struggle sitting on that for like half an hour at a time. So really, this whole thing just makes sense. This whole plan that I've got going on in my brain hole right now, and I'll have to tap my head in a minute. Oops, sorry mate. Although you didn't give me any room, so that's on you. These AI are more on rails than the Forza 7 AI. Am I right or am I right? That was a hot take. I have just had a thought, and this is a thought that I've had before a few times, and that thought is that once I get to the full-on TT events in this game, I won't have time to do 4 episodes in one sort of after-school session of recording. But by the time I'm at that level of, you know, I've got to do 4 laps of the full TT course for an event. By that time in the game, I should be at a point with the school that they've given me a pass so that I can just come and go as I please. So in a day like today, a Tuesday, categorized as a week B, where I only have 2 lessons, what I could do is I could just go to yeah, but they're spread out in a really awkward way. I feel like they've done this on purpose, but I don't know who to like accuse of the jury behind this, but I think they've done this on purpose, where I have a lesson first thing in the morning and then a lesson last in the afternoon. But I guess what I could do is just come home between those 2 times and... Shit! I knew that was going to happen. Oh, the bike's pointing the right way though. That's alright. Yeah, I could just come home for the middle of the day and record some TT races then. But I don't know. Everything just needs to be figured out as it happens, because when I try to plan ahead, nothing ever works out. But when I just let things just wash over me, and I let them just happen, and I figure it out as I go, that's when things tend to work. So that's what I'm going to do. That's my plan. I'm going to put playing a 17-year-old... Wait, no, not 17. That's ridiculous. 10 years old would make this 2015. Yeah, a 12-year-old PS2 game. I feel like Kevin Spacey. I'm going to value playing a PS2 game over getting revision and work done, but really, who wouldn't? Passenger took that crash like a champ, waving at everyone as he's thrown out of the bike. Jesus. Final stage. It's good that we're almost done, because I'm almost out of things to talk about that I can really think of. It's going to be difficult when we get to next week, and I'm doing the Ride Sport Challenge videos. But I do have a lot to complain about with Ride Sport Challenge, in terms of how bad I think it is. But I am going to get it done, so I always get these things done. And I'm sure it's acceptable, because I've been given a strategy by the guy that wants me to play it. So I should be able to get that thing done. I should be alright. I'll talk about that when I'm doing it. You know? Because talking about that now is just taken away from commentary I could be doing when I'm doing that. Because I'm recording... Like, you may have noticed that each week a new thing is sort of added to what I'm uploading. And pretty soon I'll be doing 4 series at the same time, like I used to be. Pretty comfortably. I don't know how comfortable it'll be with me doing it, but it'll happen. And what I can do is sort of I'm gone completely blank. Yeah, no, but the point is that you might have noticed that a new game is being added each week. Like, first it was Need for Speed Underground just on a Friday on its own for 1 week. Then it was Need for Speed and TT Superbikes. And then this week it should be Need for Speed, TT, and Rally Sport Challenge. God damn it. And then next week it'll be TT Superbikes, Rally Sport, fucking Need for Speed, TT, Rally Sport Challenge, and a mystery 4th game. That you'll be able to find out what game it is if you just check the Google Doc in the description. But yeah, there's a mystery 4th game that you'll find out about next week. Should be next week. I think it's next week. Like, in terms of this episode, it'll be next week, I think. I have no idea. I haven't got a clue. But it'll be something, and you'll be surprised and intrigued and excited at the new direction, the new old direction that I'm going in. With that, if you see what I mean. So get hyped. Don't get hyped. It's a PS2 game again, but it's a PS2 game not many people have played. And it's a pretty important one in terms of something else that I want to do. That should be right. Right. So next week, Olin's Castletown Road Race. And then that will cap off this recording session in way less time than it took for me to record 4 episodes of Need for Speed. But obviously, there's a reason for that.